Hi, I'm Mark Rothman, Progress Coach, and my job as your Progress Coach is to help you move forward to the goals you both desire and deserve. And in this video, I'm going to talk about self-pity, because self-pity is easy, but getting out of it is hard, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can do that. So let's get right into it. You know the saying that if something were easy, everyone would do it? Mostly true, except when we talk about life. Life is not easy, but we're all doing it. Taking responsibility for the lives we live, for how much we grow in those lives or fulfill our true purpose, however, is not easy either. And not all of us do it. If we examine all aspects of our lives with rigorous honesty, we might discover two things. First, though we hate to admit it, we may find several areas in which we don't take full responsibility. And second, we may blame others or nefarious forces beyond our control instead of taking responsibility. We may have to admit that when we blame others, we play the victim. And when we play the victim, we most likely do so with at least a tinge of self-pity. We find comfort in self-pity because it provides something of an emotional vacation. It's not a happy vacation destination by any means. Nobody wants to see these pictures from our trip. Nonetheless, many of us spend a lot of time and energy trying to get people to look at them. We pour out our problems and ask others to sign on to our pity. And we sometimes even manipulate them into rescuing us. All this to deflect responsibility away from ourselves for where we are or what we do. Self-pity thrives in our sense of ourselves as the victim and in our efforts to keep ourselves as the victim. Living brings pain. It brings loss, disappointment, and failure. Life is hard, and we can feel beaten down, even victimized, but self-pity keeps us down. Self-pity cannot coexist with gratitude or with self-worth. We cannot pity ourselves, and we cannot fetishize our own suffering if we try to acknowledge the things for which we are grateful. Self-pity thrives on maintaining an internal inventory of what we lack, of what happened to us, or of who hurt us. But if we try to look beyond what we lack and instead search for what we have, if we embrace what we've accomplished or think of those people who love us or help us, or focus on the future, where we want to go and what we want to do, we dispel self-pity the way a flashlight dispels darkness. You stop pitying yourself the moment you start owning your self-worth, even if it's just a tiny piece of it. You cease to live in judgment of your valueless self when you begin listing the parts of yourself that have value. Moving away from self-pity begins with the courage of making a choice, choosing to view yourself differently, choosing to want to move forward with your life rather than staying stuck. Self-pity depends on passivity and on waiting for others to do for us what we need to do for ourselves. You may begin to fight self-pity with the tiny but radical step of working to validate yourself, rather than waiting for others to do so. You can search for things that you can do to acknowledge or give credit to yourself, particularly in those areas where you pity yourself the most. Self-pity also thrives in isolation, so fight it with some form of connection to others, cutting off the energy on which self-pity feeds. And lastly, you may need to ask another for help. Like most steps forward, there are few things we can do completely alone. Your effort to turn the table on your self-pity will propel you back to taking charge of your life. We do not grow when we lock ourselves in self-pity. Overcoming it will propel you forward toward the beautiful being you are meant to be. Your path forward begins at the doorstep of responsibility and ownership. You can own what is good and strong in your character and in your life. You can watch your power grow with each step forward. It all starts with you. Though you may not be able to get back on your feet again by yourself, no amount of help will get you up if you don't want to get up in the first place. You're the only one who can pity yourself, and you're the only one who can stop it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit like. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. I love to respond, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the like if you liked the video. Definitely leave a comment. I really like replying and knowing what you think. And then you can find a link below to my website, markcoach.net. On Instagram, I'm Mark Progress Coach, and Facebook is Mark Rothman Progress Coach. And I'll see you in the next video.